The most difficult build to recreate every single year, without a doubt, is Kevin Durant. I wanted to take all of yesterday playing for the first time to kind of see how the game plays, how the game feels with finishing, the defensive badges, playmaking, shooting, of course. So today, guys, I think I finally found the best Kevin Durant build. It's a lot more accurate than all the other years. It still isn't that 7-foot build that we're looking for. But honestly, with the way that people make smaller builds this year in 2K, this build is going to be extremely overpowered. Now, I don't want to upload too many build videos, but this is one that I know you guys are looking for. I actually streamed yesterday on Twitch, so if you're looking for some gameplay, I will be streaming again today. Definitely go follow me over on Twitch. We'll be on the Giannis build that I actually uploaded yesterday. The build's crazy, guys. That's why I know this Kevin Durant build is going to be so good, because I kind of got to feel how the shooting works, how the dribbling works, all that good stuff. So today, like I said, this Kevin Durant build, it's looking pretty good. Now, like I said, if you guys ever want these custom jerseys, just make sure you have your last name as Durant. For this build, we're going to go small forward, of course. Like I said, if you want to have the numbers and jerseys and stuff. Now, usually I go to the Raptors because they don't have any retired jerseys, so I can get whatever number I want. So we'll go with 7 right here for Kevin Durant. Now, this is where it gets interesting, guys. Like I said, I wish I could go 6'9", but honestly, going 6'9" compared to 6'8", like, the caps are still there. Like, obviously you have a lot more freedom this year, but the caps are still there because I guess you kind of have to have them. But 6'8", we're gonna go with the lowest weight, because honestly the strength and all that's not that important to me. Wingspan though, 7'6" wingspan, so you guys know the defense is gonna be really good. We're gonna go compact, and then we're gonna go on our way. Now, this is where it's interesting. Like I said, if this is your first time seeing a build video, you start off at a 25 overall, and basically you upgrade whatever you want until you get to 95. This year, it's a little bit different. You also have to upgrade your physicals. I don't think you guys can even see it. Let me change this real quick. You also have to upgrade your physicals, so you can't just leave off like your speed or your acceleration or anything like that, or you're just not going to be a very good build liability. You're gonna be a huge liability, to be honest with you. So what's also interesting about the creator this year, when you upgrade your stats, you start unlocking different badges. And you can also see, once I do my driving dunk to 95, my driving layup by default has to be 70. So that's definitely something, like I said, when you're making builds, make sure you're paying attention to what badges you're unlocking, and also what other stats are being upgraded as you go. So we're gonna go ahead and go with a 93 driving dunk right here, and we're gonna go to our driving layup and make it to a 94. And then we're gonna go to our standing dunk, and we're gonna go to an 87. I wrote it all down just so I can remember what I did. So I've got 17 finishing badges. Now you might be saying KD doesn't really need 17 finishing badges, but the dude finishes around the paint really well. I want to get contact dunks because KD definitely can get contact dunks. The KD build has to be well-rounded, so I definitely want to have those 17. And now this is where I was talking about, guys. When it came to the shooting badges, I honestly think you don't need that many shooting badges. If you guys were in the stream yesterday, you guys saw me shoot lights out with no shooting badges, with like a 77 three-pointer and like an 80 mid-range, like an 85 mid-range. So I was shooting lights out with no badges. So I think, honestly, you could get away with just going to 14 shooting badges. You unlock every single badge, as you guys can see, but you don't need, like, that 25 is just not necessary. So like I said, you unlock every single one of these shooting badges. So once I hit legend and I use this build, I'm going to be able to use any Hall of Fame badge I really want, to be honest with you. So it's not that big of a deal. Now, playmaking, I wanted to have a lot of playmaking badges. Before my Kevin Durant builds, never really got that many badges for playmaking, but I think it's really important this year to have a very high ball handle, the highest you can go, and definitely have really good speed with ball. Like I said, if you were watching my stream yesterday, you got to see how overpowered some of these like dribbling animations are, even if you don't have the pro dribble moves. So we're gonna go all the way up to 20 of our playmaking badges. I just think playmaking is worth having. You definitely need the speed with ball this year and ball handle. So the pass accuracy is actually going to be really nice too, because I've been playing with a lot of people with very low pass accuracy, and you really do throw very slow passes this year. So if you don't want to throw slow passes, upgrade your pass accuracy. I definitely recommend it. Now, we still have a lot of room to mess around with. We're going to go with our perimeter defense, max that all the way out, so at least we get clamps, and you can see we get a lot of other defensive badges as well. Now, when it comes to the rebounding, with this build, you kind of have to mess with the rebounding a little bit. If you go too high, you're going to unlock the glass cleaning takeover and lockdown takeover instead of getting the shot creating. So it's definitely something you can probably tinker with a little bit. I didn't spend like the most time to find the best one, but this one works for me and I like the stats a lot, so this is what we're going to be going with. We're going to go ahead and max out our block shot. So we got 15 badges right here, and then we're going to go ahead and put our interior defense only to a 39 so we can unlock this. And then lastly, we're going to go to our steal and put that up to a 36 so we can get the 17 defensive badges. So we got 17, 14, 20, and 17. And like I said, most times I would go to the physicals to start it off, guys, but since we already know what we're pretty much going to be doing, we're going to go to our speed. We're going to go ahead and max that out. Acceleration, go ahead and max that out. We're going to go to our vertical, pretty much max it out. I've seen some people not have the highest vertical. Like I've seen people go with 70 vert. Trust me, vertical is really crucial this year, especially if you don't have like maxed out rebounding. So I would almost go maxed out. We're going to go ahead and go to an 83, and then we're going to go ahead and max out our stamina. So that's going to leave our build at 92 overall. And then you can see we can kind of mess around with some of this other stuff. I don't know why my driving dunk's all the way low. So we're going to go ahead and max out our driving dunk to a 90. I think it was a 93. So we're at 94 overall. Now you can see we can kind of mess around with a little bit more of this stuff as well if you guys want. The only ones that you can upgrade now are going to be the ones that are left in white. So we're going to go ahead and move our strength all the way up until we get maxed out. So we're going to have a 54 strength, guys. This looks pretty overpowered if you're asking me. The badges are well rounded, and for my style of play and the way that I played this game, I think the badges work perfectly with this build. Now we come with our options of takeover. Now, like I said, if this is your first time watching, you do get pretty much all the takeovers you really want for Kevin Durant. However, they kind of split up the takeovers a little bit this year, so you kind of have to choose between them. Usually, last few years, all these takeovers were in one, slashing badge. But I think the finishing moves would probably be the best if you want slashing. But for KD, we definitely need somebody that provides a boost to well-timed jump shots off the dribble. So we're going to go with this. And then for our secondary one that we actually can unlock if we get dual takeover, we're going to go ahead and go with the finishing moves so we can help finish in the paint and get some more contact dunks. So we're going to wrap up the player. It's got a pretty unique name, I'm not going to lie to you. A mid-range maestro, Latrell Sprewell, Andrew Wiggins, and Gordon Hayward. Now I kind of like that. I'm not going to lie to you. A mid-range maestro. Kevin Durant has the best pull-up mid-range game I've probably ever seen. This build's going to be really good. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the badges real quick, what I would actually recommend. After playing the game, I think this is actually really important. So like I said, after playing the game, I know what really works. For example, you definitely need posterizer. I will go ahead and max that out. Slippery finisher. I already know the jokes. Kevin Durant's a snake, but I think we're going to go put that on gold. Acrobat on gold. Fearless finisher is basically relentless from last year. We'll throw that on gold as well. And then this actually is a new badge they added into the game where it actually helps you get more takeover as you finish around the paint. So maybe we'll go down one right here and one right here, and then go ahead and put on Pro Touch on silver. So this is a pretty good spread. This is probably what I will use when I make this build. Now, like I said, you don't need that many shooting badges this year. However, you definitely still need some. Deep threes, I definitely would go ahead and throw on gold. Difficult shots, I probably put on silver. There's a new badge. It's called Circus Threes. It says step back threes actually help you getting off the dribble. I haven't used that. That's probably something you could use. Hot zone under on gold, of course. Green machine maybe on silver. Now there's a new badge. It's called Set Shooter. It's actually helped me a lot. It gives you a boost off standing still, basically. So I guess catch and shoot, and this would actually help a lot. I like Set Shooter. There's a new one called Stop and Pop as well. Boost shots coming off standstill three-pointers after you dribble. So I don't really know how those work really well. Rhythm Shooter is also something that you guys could probably use. It increases your chance of making a shot after sizing up your opponent. Basically, after dribbling, you have a better chance of making your shot. So there's a lot of different badges you probably could use. I might just do this. I don't know. It's not really up to me. I probably wouldn't use Clutch Shooter, but I'm just saying there's a lot of badges this year that you guys can use. I would definitely mess around with it. I haven't got to mess around with it myself. But all I know is you don't need that many shooting badges to be able to shoot consistently. Now, I've seen some people play the game this year. This is what I would most likely use for the badges. Handles for days, needle threader, quick first step. I think bullet passer and needle threader together are going to be really good. Unpluckable, space creator, handles for days. Like I said, I like having 20 of these playmaking badges. I think it's going to be really important to have this year, especially on a build that you want to ISO with and dribble. Then last, we've got our defensive badges. Now, I know a lot of you guys might be thinking some of these aren't the best. The defensive stats look kind of weird, but we do get a lot of Hall of Fame badges. So this is definitely something I would recommend using. Like I said, I got to kind of mess around with a little bit more with this kind of stuff. But I think overall, this is going to be a really good, build offensively. Defensively, it's not going to get beat that much because you do get a lot of these Hall of Fame badges. I don't know, man. Just like I said, I don't even really know what I would actually use on this build. You might want to go a little bit less defensively, but I still think this is going to be a really good build overall. If you're guarding ball, put on pick dodge or something like this, guys. The build overall, 17, 14, 20, and 17 on a 6'8", gets contact dunks, can get, you know, off dribble shots going in. It can shoot the 3-pointer. I don't really see any faults with this build, but if you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and drop a like. I will be uploading gameplay tomorrow, so don't worry about it. The PS5 officially drops tomorrow as you guys are watching this, so we're going to be going crazy with streams and all that good stuff. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and drop a like. Until next time, it's been your boy Dignified. I'm out. Peace.